Good afternoon, everyone. It's Stephen Smith coming from Inside Out Studio for Live Art Mini, and I am here with Miss Allison Sneed. Allison, is there anyone you want to say hi to out there today?
Kim's got her computer open.
Kim might have her computer open. I think she's helping the customer up front, but she's going to be telling us if anyone is watching out there today, if they're going to be posting comments, things like that. I'm going to get it on my phone here that we can give some feedback. But is there anyone that you want to say hi to out there that might be watching on Facebook?
I want to ask Amanda if she wants to be on Facebook.
Amanda might be watching on Facebook, maybe after the fact. She's out there working right now. So we want to get to know Allison a little bit better today. I think this is your first feature on Live Art Mini, and it's going to be on Facebook Live right now. It's also going to be on YouTube, so you can always go check it out after the fact, show mom and dad. But tell us about your favorite hobbies, interests, things that you like to do when you're not at the art studio.
Clean my room.
Clean your room? Well, that's good. I wish I would clean my room more often.
Do laundry.
You do laundry?
And
Right.
put stuff on in the bathroom.
Good. Those are all good things. Actually, laundry is my duty in terms of home chores as well. And you mentioned earlier you wanted to talk about music. What's your favorite song?
The chicken dance.
The chicken dance. Awesome. You want to do some chicken dance today? Maybe later. Okay. All right. Thanks for sharing those, Allison. We are going to also give thanks to Sherry Armstead and everyone over at Symmetry Gallery and Boutique. They are a season sponsor for Live Art Mini. So they're located on Sims Road in Fairfield. And Allison, they have handmade artwork made by local artists, regional artists, American artists, just like we have handmade artwork here at Inside Out Studio. So if you're looking for a gift or you're looking for something for the home, go check out Symmetry Boutique and Gallery, or check us out as well here at the retail store. So just to remind everyone, our hours for the week are Tuesday through Friday right now from 10 to 4, but we also have an awesome online store where you can support the artists and pick up some things as well. So Allison, what are we working on? I'm going to show it. You can hold it up and show everyone. All right, so she's got a picture of Marcum Park. So we announced last week that June is our Art Outside month, but Mother Nature has not worked out for us. We did some painting underneath our awning on our front windows last week. And then
Using flowers.
doing flowers, that's right. Kara, Jody, and Christina helped out with that, put some flowers on our front windows, so check that out if you're going past the store. We were supposed to be out at Marcum Park in River's Edge doing some plein air painting today, but like I said, Mother Nature did not work out. It's very rainy, so we're going to start some paintings in here in the studio. It is, yeah, it's a little gross out there today. So we're going to start some paintings in here in the studio based on some pictures that we printed out, and hopefully we'll get outside next week and finish those paintings. And I hear that Kathleen is out there watching today, so hello, Kathleen. We'll be seeing you very soon.
That's my mother. Whose mother is that?
Oh, Kathleen is an artist that comes to the studio on different days.
Yeah.
So she doesn't come here on Wednesdays. She's here other days. So we've got some pictures here. I'm going to show you a picture right now of Marcum Park in downtown Hamilton, Ohio. So this is a great park. It's got a fountain that's up and running. There's also a little river that goes down for the kids to play in. It's right next to the River's Edge Amphitheater where we had the Shift event, and they have concerts all summer long. So a great addition to downtown Hamilton. And we're going to be doing some painting, like I said, starting off based on some pictures here in the studio, and hopefully getting outside next week to finish it in person. It's called plein air painting. All right, I'm going to go to our creativity camera. That's overhead shot. So Allison, right now, everyone can see what is right in front of you. They've got the same scene that you have. They can see that the drawing that you've done based upon the picture of Marcum Park. So if we're going to be starting a landscape painting, it's always best to work from the back to the front. So what we're going to do is start to fill in the sky first. And we've got some sky blue ready to go.
It's cute sky blue, Steve Bug.
You like that color?
Yeah, it's just like what I have in my room.
All right. So you also have Kara right next to Allison here, so you might be hearing her as well. So we're going to start with our sky blue and then start to add in some extra colors. We're also going to be talking about some impressionist painting, which are an artist group that like to exaggerate the colors that they saw coming from nature. So we'll start to do some paint mixing after Allison puts in her sky blue here. All right. Let's select a brush. Let's say a medium-sized brush would be good for putting in your sky. That way you can get around your sun, get around the edges of the Marcum fountain, as well as around the edges of your trees. Allison, have you been down to Marcum Park? No? I think sometimes you guys take walks down there after lunch.
Yeah, we do sometimes.
If it's good weather, that is.
If it's great walking weather, we do.
If the weather's a little bit iffy in Ohio, sometimes it's humid, sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's super cold.
And it's super sticky.
And it can change on a daily basis.
And it gets super sticky too, doesn't it, Steve Bug?
It does.
Yeah. Goodness.
Let's see, this is kind of your horizon line that you put in. So everything below that would be the ground, the pavement. So everything above that would be the sky blue. And then we can work in layers too. So as you're putting in your sky, you can always add clouds over top of it after that first layer of acrylic dries. Say it again. Yep. When you're finished with the sky, you let that dry, and then you could do the fountain streams as well as the clouds right over top of it.
When I finish it,
Oh, when you're finished with it, it'll go up into our gallery. Make sure you get a good amount of paint on that brush just to fill in the canvas. Terry's missing it. Maybe Terry wants to go back on later and watch it, but Terry's working with some of the other artists right now. She's going to have to check it out later. But you're doing a good job.
I like your sky, Allison.
Oh, Stephanie's not missing it. She saw what you're getting started with. So while you're working on the sky, I can start mixing some of the colors for the fountain as well as the background. Like I said, the Impressionist painters would always exaggerate colors a little bit. But I just want to know from you, in that picture, what color stands out the most to you? No, you can pick it up. Let's say of all the colors at the bottom of the picture in the fountain, which one pops out the most to you? What's your favorite? The sun? So we can do a little exaggeration on that sun, maybe some bright yellows and oranges.
Could choose purple with a bottom.
Maybe a purple for the shadow.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, Kara, because when you're doing shadows, you can use some cool colors. So purples and blues, just to exaggerate the coolness of the shadow.
Yeah.
That's something that the Impressionists did as well.
It's a good thing I thought of that, isn't it, Steve?
Very good then.
I know it's not my day, but I'm just trying to get it up in hand. With some good advice.
Very good.
Goodness.
All right there. As you're working on that, Allison, I'm going to do a double check on our audio levels. Make sure that everyone out there that's watching can hear us well.
That's me.
You can keep painting.
So that's me. She's good.
So while Amanda's out working on some things right now, that's looking good. And so you want to make sure you get inside the areas that you drew already. These spots right up here.
Don't forget to look some crayons. What?
Very good. So we're starting to get down into, let's say, we call this a horizon line, and that's where the ground is versus the sky. So we want to paint the blue up at the top there of the sky. Yep, we're going to show everyone when you get done. We'll show Stephanie, we'll show Terry, and show Kim. Alright, we're going to start to mix up some of your colors here. We'll do a bright yellow and a bright orange.
Better than me nowadays.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good stopping point now. Since you've got most of the sky filled in, we can just set the blue to the side.
Hey, Sarah. Why did you see this stuff when you get
Oh, that looks good.
Alright, you got Terry's approval. Looking good.
got it on Facebook?
She might come back and watch it after the fact on Facebook. She could.
Hey, Sarah.
Yeah,
You got the Facebook on your phone?
yeah,
Do you
Yep.
ever see it?
Yep.
yeah, I'll watch.
So she can go back and check it out. And she can also go on YouTube because we always upload all the videos there as well. So for your son, I was going to ask you, do you want to start with yellow or start with orange? You want to do yellow? Okay. Start that one right there.
She was missing all day.
Well, she's not missing it. She's going to come over and check it out once we get some more work done on it. We've also got some other artists working on some Marcum Park River's Edge landscape paintings today. We're going to visit in with Dwayne Sparks and Brett Garrett in just a little bit. And then you've got your sun now, but you can also see how the sun's shining on the fountain as well as the ground. So you can add some yellow down in these areas as well. Sure. And then don't forget to dip back into the paint there, just to refresh your brush. Get some more paint on there. And as you're working, so you see how it's kind of mixing in with the blue that you just painted? So that's not a bad thing, because that's actually close to some impressionist style, where you're lightly mixing in some other colors that were incorporated in the painting together. You just want to make sure you keep re-dipping so that the areas that you want to be bright yellow. And don't forget, as an acrylic painting, we can work in layers. So this is just your first layer. You can always go back after the fact and do some touch-ups.
You like this stuff thing? Hey, Stephanie. Why Amanda? Don't forget to tell Amanda look on the Facebook.
No, yes. That was very pretty.
You got the Facebook?
I think most people have Facebook.
I know, I do.
So, and if anyone's out there watching today, make sure to give us a like, give us a heart. You can also ask questions from the artist. So if you have a question for Allison today, or me, or general curiosities, feel free to chime in and give us a comment.
I got my mom's number.
And then I like how you're adding the yellow around the edges. What we can do is use that as what's called a highlight. Make it look like the sun shining right on the edge of that sculpture. And then we can always go back in and paint over top with a metallic blue for the sculpture as well.
I don't think we have enough colors, Stephen.
So we can mix one.
Oh.
We can do like a silver
You
with some cobalt blue, a little bit of white.
don't forget to look at
And then Allison, we can also switch to orange whenever you're ready. Just to change up the colors on our piece. Okay, let's switch it up with you. Alright, I'm going to hand over the orange to you. And I encourage you to look into the picture here. So we've got some orange at the base of the sculpture around the ground, as well as on the insides of the heart in the Marcum Park fountain. And then some of the water streams coming up as well. Also, when you're holding your brush, I'd encourage you to hold it down here closer to the bristles. That way you have more control as to where you're going. Looking good. That's a nice heart. Carol, what do you think?
There's no sunshine.
Looking good?
Turn it in the tree.
Well, Stephanie's working with someone else right now. So,
What
what if we do another color here? So let's mix the color for the ground. How would you describe this color that's at the base of the fountain?
Well, I just kind of a brownish to me.
Brownish tone?
Brownish gold color. It has like some gold in there, some lots of little specks of brown.
Yep.
Yeah, that burnt umber color.
I like how you mixed how gold, or how you mentioned how gold it is.
Like how goldish color the ground is.
Yep. And what we can do is use some of the other colors that were already incorporated into the painting to kind of make the colors and the pigments flow together. So we can start with a little bit of brown. So that is a brick base.
And then go on with the gold, Stephen.
Yep. We're going to go on with some gold. We're going to try and mix the gold. So gold is perceived in different ways. So we can take some ochre, yellows, oranges, and mix together until we get a nice outcome. And since the base of around Marcum Fountain is brick, you can also add a touch of red. Yep. So we got a bright red, so we'll add a touch of that.
I made a dog with the cream. I mean the glue, not the paint.
And you know what? A trick
Weird.
to make things more interesting is to do a variety of colors based around the same base. You know what my favorite number is? 3.
My favorite
You're 23? Okay, well my favorite number is 3, so what I'm going to do is mix 3 different tones of that brick red. So some are going to be more golden, some will be lighter, and one will be darker. That way you have the variety to be the different shades that you see in the picture. Yes.
Take stink bugs word for it, Allison.
All right, we got a compliment from Kathleen already. She says it's looking good. I don't think you've met Kathleen, but she likes your painting.
Yay!
Hey, thank you, Kathleen. So we're going to stick with, we got like a deep brick red. We're going to keep it as is, but then we're going to add some yellow and some orange to these two just to create a variation on that. So since it's made from the same base, all those colors are going to go together. It's just going to be a slightly different variety of
Who will pick it up? Who will pick it up?
I don't know. Maybe you've got a fan out there that wants to come in and check it out.
I got my dad's number.
So you've got a dark base of brick red right there,
No lighter.
and then you've got a lighter shade, and then we're going to mix the even lighter shade than that to show where the light's shining on the ground.
You could always put a little bit of orange in there, Steve.
Should we do that? A little bit of orange in the next?
Yeah.
I'm going to do some white in there too, just to make sure it does get lighter.
Take some of that orangey color
Yep. So we've got some orange,
and put
some
it
white,
there.
and then some of the brick base. And that's going to give an even lighter tint of that color. Maybe that's too light. So we're going to go back and add some of the base back into it.
How'd you make that too light?
Too much white.
Oh,
So art is a process. You can always change things along the way. And like we said earlier, you can always add more layers on top just to tweak things,
yep.
add some touch-ups.
Just do a little bit of tweaking.
But she texted what she texted.
There you go. She was just saying that Kathleen's out there watching, says it looks great.
Tell her I got things on her.
Oh, you got eyes on her? Okay.
Tell her when Sandy did.
Okay, will do. So now we can start painting the bottom of your piece. So don't forget, since we're talking about Marcum Park Fountain, you've got your photocopy here. I'll move your phone just out of the way to make sure it doesn't get any paint on it.
Stick it in your pocket out.
You want me to put it back here?
Yes, with her phone.
Okay, you can do that. You can stand it up right there. Just want to make sure you don't get any paint on your sleeve.
You mind me give it back?
Yep, you can get it back to you right after that. I just don't want you to get any paint on your phone or paint on your sleeve.
Hey,
Yes.
keep starting there. Okay. Take care. Well,
All right. I'm going to pass the brush over to you.
look at my phone and his phone, Terry.
Yeah. All right. Let's start painting the base of the fountain here. And then don't forget to check in with your picture. You see how there's different shades of brick? So you can use any of these three shades. We started with a deep base of brick red, and then added some of the other colors, the yellow that you used already, and the orange that you used already to make some lighter tints.
Just like I suggest.
You know when I get done in shower?
Yep, you can show her when you're done. We might even work on this again next week so we can get outside and go to Marcum Park and just paint it live in person. Yeah, all right. And while you're painting there, we're going to do a quick pause. I'm going to hear from Sherry Armstead and Debbie Weisgrove from over at Symmetry Gallery with a special deal that they're doing for Live Art Mini. And then we're going to check in with our other artists, Dwayne and Brett. Sound like a deal? All right.
I'm Sherry. I'm here with Debbie at Symmetry, and I just wanted to take a minute to say how happy I am to sponsor an organization that provides an opportunity in studio environment for artists with disabilities to produce, market, exhibit, and sell their work and receive an income.
Fantastic. And we here at Symmetry invite you to come shop with us and visit us at our store at 1000 Sims Road. Mention that you've watched this live today and you'll receive 10% off your next purchase.
I look forward to seeing you.
See you soon.
Check, check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, all right, we're back. We got our audio again. Sorry about that. Apparently our microphone cut out. Dwayne, want to check in with you again? We didn't get to hear from you because you wanted to give a big shout out to someone. Who was that?
My brother,
Your buddies? What are their names?
Nancy and Joseph.
All right, Nathan and Joseph. All right, very good. All right, and we're going to end the day visiting in here with Brett. Brett, what are you working on today?
Making a suit.
You're doing the church. So we've got, I'm going to grab your picture here real quick. Right there. So we've got St. Julie's Church, which is right next to Marcum Park Fountain. So we're going to be doing that live painting in person. Hopefully next week. We had to cancel our live painting, plein air painting for this week. But we wanted to just check in here with Brett for a minute while he paints and just enjoy his style. All right, Brett, while you're painting there, is there anyone special you want to say hi to today?
Oh, I wanted to, what did they say? Hi to my buddies and my brother. My buddies and my brother.
Right. Your buddies and your brother, very good. Yep. Did your buddy graduate this year, or is she coming back next year?
Actually graduated.
All right. So you'll be getting a new buddy in the fall.
Oh, yes.
Very good. All right, everyone. So thanks for joining in for Live Art Mini. So hopefully we get back out into the outdoors next week. So we're hopefully setting up in Marcum Park and River's Edge, doing some paintings of St. Julie's Cathedral, as well as the Marcum Park Fountain. We'll have Dwayne and Brett and Allison again next week. So thanks for tuning in. Check out our online store, support the artists, or come in and check out our store in person, Tuesday through Friday from 10 to 4. Thanks, everybody.
And have a good day, bro.